Namaste and welcome to today's third day of drill practice. We're going to take it up a notch today. So we've been on the floor, we've done a lot of core sort of awareness and developing some sort of control in the core. Today we're going to take that up a notch. We're going to be using our hands, our shoulders and also our legs. So looking at other parts of the body that we need to strengthen in order to work with the core safely. So let's get started. If you're standing up, have your feet hip distance apart, toes facing forwards. You can see we've got a lovely Otti joining us on the mat today. Roll your shoulders back and down a couple of times. Good. And then we're going to stretch the fingers and make fists. And then thumbs in, make a fist, circle the wrists. One way. Try and go a full range of movement. So rather than just doing little circles, see if you can rotate the wrists in nice big circles. Good. And then the other way. Leave the arms down, take them up, big stretch, take them up and back, and then down. So flexion and extension of the arms at the shoulders. Let's do one more like that. Good. Good. And then out to the sides, arms up and down, up and down. Two more. Really stretch out through the fingers. Good. And then take your elbows into the sides. We're going to squeeze the elbows up, squeeze them down. Squeeze the elbows up, squeeze them down. Squeeze the elbows up so where palms are flat to the floor, and then squeeze them back down. This time as we squeeze them up, we flip the palms up. Squeeze the elbows back. That's it. And then bring your elbows together. Squeeze the elbows back. Bring the elbows together. Squeeze the elbows back. Palms to the floor. Tuck the elbows in. So, open, lift, squeeze, open, squeeze, open, lower the arms, tuck the elbows in. One more like that. Elbows together, squeeze back, squeeze in, squeeze back, lower the arms, tuck the elbows in. Good, shake out the arms. Going to start at the top end of our mat. I'm going to roll down, so feet again hip distance apart. Have some feeling, awareness of drawing the abdominal muscles, pelvic floor in and up, and we're going to roll down. So head goes first, let your arms dangle down, let the knees be soft. Think about pulling your belly in, so rather than hinging at the ribs, think about hinging at the hips. Good, and just let your body come down. Good. Relax the head down here. And then again, rolling up. So, stacking one vertebrae on top of the other, letting the arms dangle, flexing through the back, shoulders coming over the hips, head coming over the shoulders. Good. And we can take a big stretch here. Side stretch if you feel that feels good. So for me, I feel like doing a side stretch here, and then come back to the middle, lower the arms, we'll roll down again. So breathing out, abdomen, pelvic floor drawing in and up. Just rounding through your back, coming down, softening the knees at the bottom. Try and bend your knees a little, maybe the flats of your palms can touch the floor, head and neck relax. Getting ready to breathe in and rise up. So rounding through the back. Let the arms be dangly and heavy. Round through the back. stacking the vertebrae one on top of the other, and head comes back, arms back to your side. Do one more like that. So head goes first, pulling the tummy muscles in, breathing out, softening the knees, going all the way down. Good. Inhaling, coming up. Good. Feel free to take a stretch here, stretch the arms up. So we're going to add in a layer of movement. As we exhale this time, lowering the arms, head rolls forwards, shoulders come forwards, belly in and up, pelvic floor up, rounding the back, folding, rolling down. As we get to the bottom, bend the knees, place the palms on the floor, and walk your hands towards the top end of your mat. Good. As far as you can go is fine. Bum up in the air is fine at this point. As we exhale, walk your feet towards your hands. So we're in our forward fold at the top end of our mat. Knees soft. We're going to roll up here. Same like we've done. Take a big stretch at the top. Exhale, hands down, head down, shoulders forwards, rolling down. So as you get to the bottom of your bottom, hands to the bottom of the mat, place them down, and we're going to walk back to the other end of the mat. Good, bottom up in the air is fine, and then walk your hands back. Heels land on the floor, and then from here we roll back up. Good, so we're going to walk forwards and back one more time. Inhaling, reach the arms up at the top. Exhaling to lower the arms, head rolls forwards, shoulders round, belly button to navel, or navel to spine rather. Pelvic floor squeezing in and up. When you get to the bottom, walk it out. Good. Maybe going a little bit further this time, and then walk your feet in. Get to the top, roll back up. Take a big stretch here, and then exhaling, doing that again. Rolling down. Hello. You want to come and take part to you? Good. Hands land on the floor, walking back. Good. Going to the bottom end of your mat, and then walking your hands in. So we end up in a forward fold at the back of our mat, and then beginning a roll up. Good, taking a big stretch at the top, and this time just doing palms together, maybe another side bend on each side. I have to excuse the dog whining if you can hear him. Not sure what's got into him today. Good. So this time we're going to walk it out and finish on all fours. So head rolls down, shoulders down, belly button to spine, pelvic floor in and up, knees soft, bend down, roll down, walk it out, maybe to the top third of your mat, and then bend your knees slowly so that we land on our knees. We find ourselves in all fours. Just check that your shoulder and wrist are aligned, that your knee and your hip is aligned. We'll take a couple of cat-cows here. So inhaling, roll your sit bones back, let the back arch, chest pulls through, shoulders squeeze back, chin and gaze ahead. As we exhale, tuck the bottom under, round the back, drop the head, round the shoulders, navel to spine, squeeze the pelvic floor. As we inhale, extend. As we exhale, round. One more time. Remember to pause at the end of each breath and take your stretch a little deeper and round in the back. Good. And then coming into neutral back, tuck the toes under. We worked with this a little bit yesterday. Take the hands just one hand width forward. Bring the shoulders back over the wrist. With the toes tucked under, we lift the knees an inch. We hold here. Navel to spine, pelvic floor in and up. And lower the knees. So if we need to have a rest with the wrists, there are two options here. One is you can flip alternate palm up, press the back of the hand into the mat, one at a time. And the other option is to sit back on your toes, on your heels, with the toes curled under, and just take the hands completely away from the floor. Give the wrist the shake, circle. You can even bring your palms together, interlace, and just support the wrists by interlacing the fingers and taking circles like this. Good. So we're going to take that again, and then from our sort of balanced cat, we're going to move into downward dog. So we're back in our all fours. The hands are a little ahead than we would normally have them, but we still bring the shoulders in line with the wrists. So getting ready to breathe out. Abdomen, pelvic floor drawing in and up. Press into the toes, hover the knees an inch from the floor. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, lift your sit bones up, press back into downward dog. Walk your downward dog out. So deep flexion in one knee as the other leg straightens, heel to mat. And then change sides. And change sides. Stretch out your hip. Really just push your whole straight leg back, hip up. You'll feel that stretch. We're never in a rush. It's always quality over quantity. Maybe bend both the knees and then stretch both the heels down into the mat. Think about engaging the pelvic floor and the abdominal muscles. As we look forwards, we bring the shoulders forwards. Bend the knees as if we're coming back into all fours. Hover the knees, hover the knees, hover the knees, and then lift the knees up, take the sit bones up and back into our downward dog. Stay here for a breath or two. Navel to spine, pelvic floor engaged. As we get ready to inhale, gaze forwards, shoulders forwards, bend the knees, lowering them down as if to all fours. Holding. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back up into downward dog. Holding here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and again coming forwards, bending the knees, hovering. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pressing back up into downward dog, and then from here we'll take it a little step further. We're going to take 3 toe taps on each side. So right hand to left heel, and back. Left hand to right heel and back. So 2 more times on each side. Keep that downward dog position. Press into the left hand as you take your right hand to left heel. Turn your gaze under your left arm and then back. Sliding your hand along the mat, left hand to right heel and back. 1 more time to the opposite side. Good. And then back, left hand to right heel. Turn your gaze so that you're looking under your right arm. And then back. And then come forwards. Bend your knees. Lower your knees down. Walk your hands back. Sit back on your toes. Keep the toes curled so we continue to stretch through the soles of the feet. Roll the shoulders back and down a couple of times. Wriggle your fingers, circle your wrists, both ways. Good. Sometimes quite nice to just take the hand in front and just push the fingers back, press the heel forwards. Both ways. So fingers up, you press the palm, fingers down, you press the back of the hand. Good. So we're going to take that a step further now. So as we come into our all fours, once again, we go to this place in between a plank and a downward facing dog. So from here, it's something called, in sort of modern yoga terms, we call it, it doesn't really have a classical name, but the modern term you might know is called turbo dog. So how it is we're in our all fours, shoulders are back, back is neutral, abdomen is engaged, pelvic floor is engaged, toes are tucked under. As we hover the knees, this time we take the bottom back rather than up. So take the bottom back. Good, and hold here for 3, for 2, for 1. And then we move forwards as if we're lowering the heels, but this time we straighten the legs and let the head and the shoulders come ahead of the wrists. We bend the knees, we move back into turbo dog. We exhale, we slide forward. So we're trying to keep the body and the back level. 1 more time. Whew. Good. And then come forwards. Straighten the legs, push the heels back. And then bend the knees, untuck the toes, and we'll have a little rest in child's pose. So you can take your arms either side of your leg. Just take a breath or 2 here. Good. So we'll take that again. So we're going from all fours into our hovering cat. From hovering cat we move into turbo dog. And from turbo dog we move into plank. So we're just moving, we're not holding anything static, and then we'll see where we go from there. So when you're ready, walk your hands forwards. First of all, start in your regular all fours position. Then take your hand, 1 hand width forwards. Then move your shoulders forwards. Brace the core, navel to spine. Otti's having a field day with his cushion. Toes tucked under. Inhale. Exhale, lift the knees, take the bottom back. So try not to lift the bottom, take it straight back. Press into the hands, push back into the toe bases. Inhale, let your head come forwards, shoulders forwards, legs straighten, push the heel back. Really brace the core. Bend the knees, take the bottom back. So we're not taking the bottom up. We'll do that in a minute. Inhale to come forwards, push the heel back. Good. And one more time. Bend the knees and go back. And then come forwards. From here, we bend the knees and go back. And then this time we can lift the sit bones and find ourselves in downward dog. And this should be a really good placement of hands and feet for downward dog. If you feel you need to walk your feet slightly forwards, you can. So set your position and then maybe walk it out. Bend one knee deeply, bring body to thigh, stretch the other heel back. Just walk it out. Good. Bend both the knees and then stretch both the heels back. Head and neck is unrelaxed. We'll take 3 more rotations, so opposite hand to opposite leg. Turning the ribs as you go, moving with your breath. Doesn't matter whether you're in breath or out breath, as long as you keep breathing. Keep that core muscle drawn in, pelvic floor engaged. Think about quality over speed. Good. And then from here, come high onto your heels. Walk your hands towards your feet. Hang out in your forward fold for a breath or 2. Shake the hands, cup the elbows, and just rotate around your legs for a couple of breaths before we come back into our forward fold and roll up. So as you roll up, really think about squeezing that pelvic floor inwards and upwards and letting that action move your body up through gravity. Whew. When you get to the top, stretch your arms out, bring the palms together, take a side bend, come back to the middle, take a side bend the other way, back to the middle and down. So we're just going to finish off now on the floor so we don't lose that core connection. So the next day we'll work a little bit more on plank, but for today that's enough. So if you come to the middle of your mat and just come to the floor. So just like we did yesterday, we're going to bring the heels in this time. We're going to make sure that we can just touch the backs of the heels with our hands. So as long as your fingertips can just, hopefully you can see that without getting in the way. The back of my fingers, the fingertips are just touching the back of my hips. Shoulders are back and down, palms are going to land on the floor. And we're going to do our pelvic tilt 3 times. Oh, excuse me. We're going to do our pelvic tilt 3 times. So as you inhale, pull the tummy muscles in and up. Pelvis tilts up as we exhale, lower. Inhale to tilt and lower. Inhale to tilt. Really brace the core. Exhale here. Pelvic floor engaged. Toilet muscles engaged. You're going to press into the balls of the feet. Keep tucking the tailbone under and fly the back of your hips, the lower back up. And feel that your knees are moving towards your toes. Good. So we'll breathe here for 3 breaths. Inhaling, we're going to tuck the bottom under, engage the thighs, stretch the front of the hips up. As we exhale, we hold. Abdomen, pelvic floor drawing in and up. So, second breath. Squeeze the glutes, the backs of the thighs. See if you can push the front hips up even more. Exhale, abdomen, pelvic floor in and up. We hold. One more breath. Inhale to engage the backs of the thighs. And exhale, abdomen, pelvic floor in and up. And then on the next inhale, release the shoulders. Really slowly lower your back body down to the floor. As the hips touch down, scoop your knees in. Give them a hug. As you exhale, lift the head, lift the shoulders. And then release down. Place the feet back on the floor. We're just going to do one final exercise before we call it a day for today. So shoulders back and down. We've done a lot of core work, done a lot of back work. We just want to engage through the side body muscles. We're going to keep the feet on the floor. We'll progress this over the next couple of days. So pelvic floor tucked in, pelvic tilted forwards. We're going to take the arms up. And as we exhale, we're going to lift the head and the shoulders. We're going to take both the hands to the outside of the left leg. And then back through the middle. Pull up, both hands to the middle of the knees. Ease back, not putting the head down. And then lift up, take the hands to the outside of the right leg. So we'll go 3 times. Back to the middle. Over to the left, to the middle. Keep the abdomen, pelvic floor drawn in and up. Hands through the middle. Ease back. Both hands to the outside of the right leg. So really thinking about peeling up through the upper back. When you go over to the side, really squeeze your shoulder up and then release into the middle. And then over to the other side. I've lost count, so we'll do one more to each side. Good. And finally, over to the right, and then back to the middle, and then release down. Good. So hopefully that has fired up your core in all the senses. We'll take the arms out to the side and just let the knees, wherever they are, drop to the left. Spiral your gaze to the right. Take a couple of breaths here. It's always good at the end of a practice to find a pose that you like, a releasing pose, and a twist is always a releasing pose. And just a gentle twist like this just helps to rebalance the body, to draw the energy inwards so that we can store it up for later. As you take your knees over to the other side, spiral your head to the opposite direction. So know that you can stay here as long as you like or do a few more rotations. But if you're done for the day like me, you can come back to the middle. If you can roll up, roll up. If not, turn to the side. Use your hands to press up. If you can roll up, we can scoop the feet and roll up. So whichever way you come up, find a comfortable seated position so that we can close our practice together for today. Bring your palms together, bow your forehead towards your fingers, your body forward so that we close our practice with grace and gratitude. Namaste. See you again tomorrow.